Hello and welcome to today's cartooning lessons live with Dan Lietha. I am Dan Lietha, and today we're going to be doing some kind of a category. Last week we did funny looking animals in a cartoon funny ha kind of way. Today we're going to draw some really weird looking animals. So and in preparation for this, I need to set a couple things up here. So I want to tell you about a little project that I'm working on as I'm kind of getting some things set up here, just so others can join in and be up to speed on what we're doing here. I am writing a chapter in a book that we're producing. Reasons for Hope is producing, and it's going to deal with space aliens. So today we're going to talk about that a little bit. So put on your thinking caps, and if you have any questions regarding the animals that we're drawing, I'd be happy to entertain some questions about that sort of thing. And these animals that we're going to draw today are pretty weird looking. A lot of fun. Some of them are some of my favorite weird looking animals. And I almost got my document set up here so we can do some drawing on the computer. And for today's drawings, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've been able to use photographs in the past. Today's animals were so odd that I couldn't find any reference for these particular animals that were copyright free. So I used some photographs that I really don't have permission to show you, but I can draw them. So with that stipulation, I'm going to open up my reference here so that I can see them. And I will be drawing these really strange looking animals. And I think to have some fun with these particular creatures, I'm not going to tell you what they are. And if you guys want to make guesses as to what they are, that would be really good. And then, tell me if you think that they're real or not. I'll leave that kind of up in the air too. Or am I basing it on something real, but it's not really real? So those are your options for our drawings today. Again, really weird looking animals. Some people say they look like space aliens. So with a comment like that, what do you think? And then which one of these looks more like a space alien than maybe the other ones? And again, we're going to talk about the words that I'm using there because some of that needs some qualification. So, all right, I think we're all set up, and let's get drawing on our first drawing here. I got to get some layers going here before I start drawing, otherwise it's going to be a short trip. All right. So our first one is probably going to be our most detailed one. Let's put it that way. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. I got to get my drawing board up on the... Oh, yeah, I do have it there. Okay, good. All right. Going to start drawing with my blue pen, and I'm going to draw some sketches here, some construction sketches, just to give us a basic shape to start working with. All right, so it's got kind of a shape like that, and it's got these really big ears on it, and then it's got a nose that comes out like that, and the tip of the nose is really strange. It's kind of like that, and then it's got this weird nostril kind of design in it. It's kind of weird to try to make sense out of that. All right, and then the photo that I have, he's got a funny looking expression on his face. So we'll draw that expression. And again, if you have any guesses as to what this creature is, feel free to weigh in and let me know if you think you know what this is. And it's very furry, so we'll just draw in the rough sketch. Again, I'm just making a rough sketch here so that we can ink over the top of this. And I'm going to say that if some of you saw this creature in real life, you probably would be kind of, I don't know, grossed out by it maybe. It's got this, we're going to say like it's leaning on this thing right here. And I'm going to draw these guidelines at the bottom here. So there we go. And all right. And then the last bit here, it has the weirdest looking eyes. And you might think, oh, you're just drawing a cartoon, so you're making it look silly. Actually, this is a cartoon, but it's actually not all that far from reality. So, all right, so that's the rough sketch. I'll knock that back a little bit. Now I'll do the drawing over the top of it. Again, we're just doing these really quick today. So do you think this looks like a space alien? And again, if you're kind of wondering, hey, what are you doing using that kind of language, that kind of wording type of thing, we're going to talk about that. Space aliens. That's something that a Christian should believe in. Okay, so there's one ear. And then there's the other ear. And it's got this really kind of wiry, wispy hair on it. Really an odd looking animal. And do you think it's real? Am I making it up? Am I looking at photo reference just to base this on, or am I actually drawing a real animal? Let me know in the comments. All right. I love the face on this thing. It's kind of a mix between funny weird and spooky weird. And you know how some animals are so odd looking that they're kind of cute at the same time? They're just so strange. This is one of those animals. Do you happen to know what kind of animal or what the animal is that I'm drawing? Any guesses? It's got these little pupils in those eyes too that just help make it look just kind of really odd. And I'm not going to color this today, but if I did, it would look all the weirder. Because those eyes are kind of a, I don't know, I've seen different ones, different photos, and they kind of look like a yellow, yellow green, yellow brownish eyes. There's that weird looking nose. It's kind of hard to make sense out of what that is. Okay. And then it's got its mouth open and its tongue sticking out. It's got this nice, almost cartoonish looking little skinny tongue. It's very long. So our creator has a very good sense of humor. And yes, animals have changed since the fall. And some of them you just kind of wonder, what did that look like, or whatever that kind of came from, because animals have changed, not in the evolution sense, but through natural selection and speciation. The animals that we have around on the world today probably look a bit different from the ones that were on the ark. Now it's got these fingers that would spook some people or kind of creep some people out. These really long, kind of weird knuckle, skinny knuckle hands. Yep, 5, okay. And if you know what this creature is, its hands or its fingers are one of those specially designed things. Any comments yet? Any guesses as to what this is? I'll give you a hint. It's a member of the lemur family. So there it is. And I got to draw the there's got these long wispy eyebrow whiskers kind of like there. So, it's darkening the mouth there a little bit. Sometimes drawing weird animals like this can be a fun exercise. It kind of boosts your creativity a little bit, gets you kind of out of the normal, everyday type of thing. So they're fun to research. And so there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the eye. And it's a real animal. And you can do some research on that. They are very cool, very weird looking animals. 100% Earth animals too. They're not space aliens by any stretch. All right, next one. Let's see. I gotta label my layers. All right. That. There. Okay. Next one. And if you thought the eye was weird, this one, I mean, the eye you've probably heard about. I'm going to guess that less people know that this next creature even, exists. I kind of blew the surprise there because this is real. So that hopefully will make it even weirder because you're going to know this isn't fictional, but it's real. All right, it's a little more tricky to draw too. All right, so the head kind of goes like that. And I'm going to want to make some changes there, but trying to stay loose and have some fun with this. And the problem is that, we'll probably have to shrink this down a little bit. The head's more vertical, and my image here is more horizontal. So we'll get this thing started, and then I'll adjust the size of the image. And just for my little bits of line here on it, you can kind of maybe make a guess as to what type of animal this is. All right, maybe back up the screen a little bit. There we go. And the structures up on top of its head. If you could see the photo I'm looking at, it's very, very detailed. Very beautiful, but very weird. All right. And I have seen movies that I think whoever designed the space alien must have seen this creature and thought, I like that. I think I'm going to use that. So there's a hint about people looking at particular animals saying, hey, this looks like a space alien. I looked up a bunch of articles in preparation for this, and you don't have to look real far. And you'll find all kinds of articles with pictures of strange creatures in them, animals from Earth. And it says something just to catch your attention and kind of make you click on it, because a lot of things do that these days. Get your curiosity up. They call them, they look like space aliens. And so, and then, see on this, I'm going to draw some guidelines here. These antlers have this really interesting, well, you'll see when I draw it, it's very different. And anybody know the animal, this particular creature's name? Offhand? Because I kind of thought that you probably have less chance of knowing what this one is. In fact, let me change this here so that, there we go. You can see most of the picture better than looking at me. So let's ink this beauty in. And it is a very, very strange looking animal. Beauty, but strange looking. All right, so make sure I'm drawing on the right layer here. There we go. All right, so the eyes kind of bulge out. That one you can see on the other side. Again, I'm sort of drawing cartoony a little bit, but I'm not straying so far from the real thing. These animals are so strange and different looking that I almost don't have to do much cartoon exaggeration, distortion, cartoonification, if you want to call it that, because they're just so strange. And it's the nose on this creature, which is actually an antelope. And I'm being really fairly accurate with this nose here. It's got this weird nose that actually inflates. And so I've seen pictures of, alien designs and stuff, or I'm positive someone looked at this and went, that looks cool. That's got to be an alien. But again, 100% earth animal, designed by our creator. So do you think it's possible that there are space aliens? What do you think? It's a question a lot of people are asking. And I wonder how many people that are asking are actually going to the Bible to look for answers, because there are some things that the Bible says that give us clues to figuring out. Now, the Bible doesn't come out and say, God on this day made these creatures on this planet. But there are things in Scripture that help us kind of deduce if there's actually space aliens out in outer space. Let's see, I want to knock back that. I'm going to do the antlers first. So the antlers go up and then out and then over. So they got this kind of these rims that go out, that poke out from it. It's really beautiful looking antlers. You kind of wonder what all these features and designs have purpose and reason. And they look very beautiful. This particular antelope is quite endangered. In fact, the little bit of research that I was able to do on this before we started our time this afternoon, I guess there was one point in human history, I don't think it was all that long ago, that this particular creature, I just inked on the wrong layer. All right, so let's do that again. That's one of the things you got to watch out for in Photoshop when you're getting to know the layers is you can all of a sudden select a different layer and then kind of forget you did it, and then you gotta re-ink whatever you did because you made that little mistake. There we go. One. Well, it kind of makes it easier because you can just kind of trace what you did. So this particular creature, if you want to look it up, it's called a Saiga, and it is very real. Beautiful dark eyes. And it just looks very, very strange. You look at movies of it, videos that you can find online, and you just kind of look at it and think, that doesn't look right. But it is. It's actually very real. And one funny thing that I found out about it too is that the male Saigas, to show off for the girls when they're looking for a mate, they actually take their noses, they're hollow and they inflate and they like to shake them around, and they make this kind of big sloppy noise, big sloppy nose noise. And I guess the ones that have the most impressive sloppy nose noise is the one that wins the lady. So there it is. I think it's Saiga. Wait, Saiga. Hang on, let me check that. Yeah, Saiga. Yep. So that's what it is, Saiga. And it is a very strange animal that you will have fun learning about. All right, one more animal real quick. And again, this next one, very strange. And I'm going to just come out and say that it's real. I'm not making this up. Our Heavenly Father, our dear Creator God, again, has built this information. Whether these particular monkeys existed like this in the beginning, or I think that this is a speciation type of deal where whatever monkey kind was created, eventually this came about. Again, not from evolution, but from the information that God has created in monkeys. This particular assortment of information came about, and we'll give this one some cartoony eyes just for grins because it makes it even funnier. The hair on this monkey too is very, it's almost like it's just purposely well groomed. It's got very interesting, and there's a particular feature on this monkey I'm going to save till last because, well, you'll see. But very, very, just finely well kept. I can't keep my hair this neat. And this monkey has this kind of this wispy, groomed hair. Goes back like that. And then now this is a cartoon. However, the feature I'm about to draw is going to be pretty right on. This is not a caricature that I've gone out of my way to exaggerate. Now let's see. It's actually something like that. Now that is a schnoz. Here, we'll erase that part because you can. Does anybody know the name of this monkey right here? Completely real. And I'm not making this up. This is an animal that God has placed on this earth. And I think some animals were created to make us smile. And this one certainly does. All right, so there's my sketch layer. I'm gonna knock that back a little bit, and then we'll ink over the top of it. And I'm gonna add some nice thick and thin lines. We're gonna probably go a little bit over time here, but that's fine. I'm gonna try to give this a nice inked quality to it. So my reference photo has to cover up my, I'm seeing lots of people here. Thank you for joining. Kenny Lee, let's see. said, hi, it looks like something straight out of Star Wars. Haha. Actually, Kenny, that was one of the comments that one of the articles that I read said that the headline said straight out of Star Wars. Let's see. I was going to say it's like a monkey Dumbledore or Gandalf, but let's see. Haha, it's like one of the dwarfs from Snow White. Yeah, there's a lot of inspiration, I think, that comes right out of God's creation. And so as imaginative as some of the artists look that work on movies and different things that we enjoy, and that definitely is an expression of our creators giving us a creative ability as well. I think sometimes some of the best things that we create are actually kind of stolen from our creators' creativity. And so we base these things on things that we see in nature. Again, and when I say nature, I don't want to have that sound like that. It's just natural processes that happen out of, nobody's creative hand. But God has set these things in motion, and God has given the DNA of these creatures this information and the ability to form the different pieces and parts and look the way they do and function and operate and do the things that these animals need them to do to live in the different areas. And so this Proboscis Monkey is the name of this monkey. And if anybody knows who Jimmy Durante is, I've seen pictures of this monkey put next to Jimmy Durante. And in fact, on my YouTube channel that I have, a personal thing, I did a caricature of Jimmy Durante, and I made his nose really big because in caricatures, if you've got a big nose to exaggerate, then I make it even bigger. Just as a side note, caricatures aren't necessarily something that the artist always makes your nose look big. Because if you have a small nose as a person and the caricaturist is trying to capture your likeness, giving you a big nose would not help make that look like you because it would be wrong. But if you already have a big nose, then, kind of capitalizing on that particular feature, that works because you already do have that feature. You have a big nose. So maybe you have ears that are a particular size, small or large, a particular shape, then the artist would kind of capitalize on those things and use those to help have some fun, but also capture your likeness. And so that kind of simplification of caricatures as being something that, oh yeah, that's where they make your nose big. Well, not all the time. So there's the Proboscis Monkey. And again, if you look at the pictures of this thing, this creature, it's like someone gave it this precision haircut. So there he is. He's saying, what are you looking at me for? Haven't you ever seen a nice big nose? But that's what they look like. The Proboscis Monkey. Let's see. Proboscis Monkey. I think I got that right. Let me check just to make sure. Because I don't want to have this. Oh, nope, it's an O. Okay. So I got to change the A to an O. I don't want you to go away with a bad spelling. So, Okay. Proboscis Monkey. So I would encourage you to look those creatures up, and maybe in the days ahead you'll see them on a Draw It and Know It feature that I do for Reasons for Hope, and because I have fun highlighting particular animals, God's creation, talk about the design features and stuff, and then show the viewer how to draw them very simply, so young children can join in, or adults that want to draw them too. They're a lot of fun to draw for everybody. So you can catch Draw It and Know It on the Reasons for Hope YouTube channel, and I believe we're still doing it on the Facebook channel. So some things have kind of changed around a little bit, but anyway. So today we drew some weird animals. Again, check them out. For those of you that need parental permission, make sure you check with your parents before you go looking around for things. But the eye is a very real creature. It doesn't look like a space alien because it's an Earth creature. It's a little different from a lot of Earth creatures. And it's been borrowed. The looks of these animals has been borrowed to make space aliens in science fiction type things. And so that's why we look at them and go, hey, it looks like a space alien. But when it comes right down to it, I don't think there are any space aliens. And so God made the Earth special. There's life on Earth. And so I kind of flinch a little bit when people say, hey, it looks like a space alien. Nobody knows what a space alien looks like because I don't think they're real. So that's kind of my short answer. You'll have to check out what I write about it later on. But it's a good question, and people should think about it some more and look to Scripture for your answers. So anyway, this has been Dan Lietha for Reasons for Hope for our cartooning lessons live on this Friday. Join me next time, and thanks for joining me, Kenny. I'll see you later. Bye.